सुंदर एक कहानी, बड़ी ही सुंदर एक मैं तुमको सुनाता हूँ। एक देश के आदि मध्य अंत का राज बताता हूँ। राज बताता हूँ तुम्हें मैं, राज बताता हूँ। सृष्टि के आदि काल में सृष्टि के आदि काल में था एक प्यारा सा देश। नाम था आर्यव्रत उसका, था हर कोई वहाँ विशेष। नाम था आर्यव्रत उसका, था हर कोई वहाँ विशेष। सृष्टि के आदि काल में था एक प्यारा सा देश। नाम था आर्यव्रत उसका, था हर कोई वहाँ विशेष। ओ नाम था आर्यव्रत उसका, था हर कोई वहाँ विशेष। ओ सृष्टि के आदि काल में सभी गुणों से संपन्न थे, कोई नहीं वहाँ शोर था। सभी गुणों से संपन्न थे, कोई नहीं वहाँ शोर था। तन मन धन और जन का सुख उस देश में चारों ओर था। तन मन धन और जन का सुख उस देश में चारों ओर था। संस्कार सभी के श्रेष्ठ थे। संस्कार सभी के श्रेष्ठ थे और देवी थी संस्कृति। उनके पावन प्रकंपनों से पावन थी प्रकृति। उनके पावन प्रकंपनों से पावन थी प्रकृति। हो सृष्टि के आदि काल में ये मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम सब थी, सब में वहाँ मर्यादा। थे मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम सब थी, सब में वहाँ मर्यादा। इच्छाओं से परे थे सब, भरपूर थे इतने ज्यादा। इच्छाओं से परे थे सब, भरपूर थे इतने ज्यादा। उस देश के वासी देश को अपने, उस देश के वासी देश को अपने माता कह के बुलाते थे। रग रग में बसा था देश प्रेम, वो देश को इतना चाहते थे। रग रग में बसा था देश प्रेम, वो देश को इतना चाहते थे। सृष्टि के आदि काल में मीठी और सम्मान भरी भाषा थी हिंदुस्तान की। मीठी और सम्मान भरी भाषा थी हिंदुस्तान की। बीता वो समय अब आई घड़ी उस देश के इम्तिहान की। बीता वो समय अब आई घड़ी उस देश के इम्तिहान की।
ओम शांति। Let's begin with Shiv Baba's remembrance. I am sitting before the ocean of knowledge. My Baba, Shiv Baba, is right in front of me. The one who I lived it with in my sweet home. The one who is my eternal parent. The one who I was separated from for a full 5,000 years. My Baba, who I searched for so many births, is now here with me, for me. I can experience my Baba, the sun of knowledge, showering the light of knowledge on me. In the light, the invisible becomes visible. In this light of knowledge, I can see myself. Hidden inside the costume of this body. Is I the soul, the star of light, I can see myself the thinking, experiencing being. Doing everything through the body. When I see something, I create a thought and feeling about it. The thought I create, the feeling I create is my choice. I have the ability to choose what to choose, what to choose to see, how to choose to see. I have complete choice over what to see, how to see. And how to experience what I see. Now I do not see bodies or the actions that are performed through those bodies. I see the soul hidden in the body. As I interact with anyone, I just hold in my awareness. This is a pure soul. This is a peaceful soul. Now I see knowledgefully. I know that every scene in the drama is predestined. It is neither good nor bad. It is just what it is. And it has to be dealt with. Just sit with these thoughts for some time. Om Shanti. Om Shanti. Yesterday we understood our journey in the 5,000 years period of time, and we also understood that every scene repeats identically after 5,000 years. So everything is exactly repeating, and it happens every 5,000 years the way it is happening now. Now, sometimes, people think that I want change. I don't want the same scene after 5,000 years. I don't want the same spouse after 5,000 years. Yes, so, and they don't like the idea of identical repetition. But you see, it is very logical if you see how this is exactly repeating. So assume that there is a factory, and in the factory, when the product is being made, there are 1,000 processes, and they take 2 hours to complete. Yes. Then at any given point of time, let's say you check where the process is at 1 hour 5 minutes, it will be exactly at that stage every 1 hour 5 minutes, is it not? And then that product will exactly come out after 2 hours. Similarly, if you look at this cycle, it's a closed system, right? And in this system, every point, which is a point in time, every second is connected with the next second. And then the last second is again connected to the first. So, in this cycle, there is a principle which is working. Last effect is first cause. So, whatever happened 1 second ago becomes the cause of the next second. Yes, so the last effect is the first cause. And according to the cause and effect law, exactly at every point you will reach, you will reach at the exact same place after 5,000 years. Because it is, every second there is a cause and effect going on. And then, even here in the confluence age, the cause of change, Shiv Baba comes. And then the effect that we become Satyugi happens. Before that, that cause is not present, so the effect cannot happen. So this is a cause and effect drama, and every second is the cause for the next second. So that's why this is going to identically repeat, it cannot be otherwise. Okay. Now, what about you don't like it? Okay. So one is it repeats identically, and the logic of it is very clear that it's a closed system, every second is leading to the other second. And so there cannot be any change in any of the seconds. And it is a second by second revolving drama of 5,000 years. So after every few years you reach that same point. Now, second question is, I don't like it. Okay, I don't want this spouse, I don't want this child, I don't want this brother, sister. So that is another thing. Now, for that, just think about it. who you are not liking today is the worst you have. You know, in this whole journey, in Kali Yuga end, you get the worst ones, right? So we are depleting, and we get the worst relationships, worst everything right now. And if you consider it to be the worst, then it's not bad enough, like it's okay. So you don't do worse than this, okay? So for the worst, it is good enough. Like maybe you don't like the spouse, maybe you don't like the job, maybe you don't like the boss. But if you think in your whole journey, this is the worst you're served, then for a worst, it's not that bad, right? So, so this is the worst we get. So this is, then it is fine, right? So it helps you build acceptance. Then third thing is, why does Shiv Baba come and give us this knowledge of identical repetition? Because you see, we spend a lot of our time and energy and thought thinking about this scene is good, this scene is bad, this is just, this is unjust, this is fair, unfair, and then who did it, who is to blame, right? So whatever happens in any scene, you try to label it, right? You say this moment is good, this scene is good, this scene of the drama is bad, this is just, unjust, fair, unfair. Now Shiv Baba tells us that you must understand that you have to deal with this every 5,000 years, and it is neither good nor bad, it is what it is. And when you understand, because you know, you always go into if I had not done this, I wouldn't be here, or if this person was not here, then this wouldn't have happened. But when you understand that everything that is happening is supposed to happen like this every 5,000 years, then it robs you of all those waste thoughts. And then you understand that whatever you did, you would be here at this moment every 5,000 years. So then you understand that, you know, this is what it is, and this is destiny, this is what I get every 5,000 years. So let me deal with it. Let me not waste time thinking about, had I done this differently or had they done this differently, then it would be different. It would never be different. It would be the same, yes, but if you accepted it now, and then you change, then you did something, then next moment it could change, right? But for the time being, whatever is there is like this every 5,000 years. Now whatever action you do, it will change what will happen the next second, and that change happens every 5,000 years. But whatever is there right now, it is pretty predestined, prefixed. You can't change it. And second thing you have to understand is, it is not prefixed by anybody else. It is prefixed by our own karma every time. Yes, so, but whatever we did in the past, that is coming as a consequence right now. So there is no point thinking about, had I not done this, I wouldn't have got this. No, you will do it every time and you will get this all the time. So that is, you throw that question out of the window. And then you know that now I am faced with this, and every 5,000 years I am in this situation, and then what do I do to make it better tomorrow? So you do that. Otherwise, you know, Shiv Baba says in the Murli, ye nahi karte to ye nahi hota, you know. If I had not done this, then this wouldn't happen. This thought is something that people waste a lot of their time and energy in. So Shiv Baba says that everything that's happening happens like this every 5,000 years. So don't So don't think, had you done something else, you would have got something else. No. You would do this, you would get this. Now think about what you do in this moment so that you get something different in the next moment. And then after you reach there, Shiv Baba says, you choose this every cycle. So for example, you say 20 days back you didn't have this knowledge. So you chose what you chose, and that choice made a certain destiny. Today, after 20 days, you have this new knowledge, so you can make a new choice. But if I, in the light of this knowledge, think that what I did 20 days back, if I had not done that, then I would be in a different place, that's not possible, because you will get this knowledge today. Every cycle, on this day you will get it. Okay, so this is why you need to understand. And you see, in order to understand how a tube light works, you have to, do 4 years of engineering. So how this universe works, not easy to understand. And Shiv Baba gives us this knowledge, but this knowledge takes quite some time to digest. And you have to keep thinking about it, about this identical repetition, and that it happens. And then having accepted that piece of knowledge, your life becomes very easy, because now you don't ask why, what, to whatever is happening. You just think about what I do in this situation. Because you understand that this is the drama, this happens every cycle, no use questioning that. I just have to think about what to do in this moment. Okay. Then some people, just like I told you yesterday, that you can hold the knife right or wrong, right? And then if you hold the knife wrong, it will cut your hand. Similarly, some people say, okay, if everything is predestined, then why make effort? Okay, so even if I don't do anything, I will get what is predestined, right? So if you do that, then please don't make any effort. But the thing is it possible for you to not do anything? Is it possible for you to not do anything? No, you will not do one thing, but you will do another thing, right? Because you are in the Karam Kshetra, you are in the field of action. Here no action is also action. You take the cot and lie down, that's also action. You waste your time, that's also action. You don't waste your time, that's also action. So whatever you do is karma. Not doing something, neglecting something, rejecting something is also karma. Yes, so that is why in this Karam Kshetra you don't have the option to do nothing. You will do one thing or another thing. And that's why you have to make a choice. And whatever choice you make will be according to your knowledge, your buddhi, your preference, your sanskar. So that is what you do every 5,000 years. So you are not making any miraculous effort. You will only make the effort which makes sense to you. And that you do every 5,000 years. And some people say, sometimes I've heard this comment that you people have chosen a very difficult life, and this is a very a life of discipline and tapasya. But if you ask me, this is the only life that made sense to me. That's why I am here. I'm not doing something which didn't make sense to me. If something else had made sense to me, I would be doing that. So nobody is making any Herculean effort. You are only doing what you are predestined, pre-inclined to do. If you are here sitting for the classes, you are doing it because that's your pre-inclination. That's who you are designed as. And don't take the pride that I am making effort, and if everything is predestined, why make effort? Yes, so effort is not optional. You make some effort or the other effort, and nobody can decide what effort you will make. You make that effort according to your sanskar, according to your buddhi, according to your inclination, and all of that is prefixed. Can you change your sanskar? Can you, at the moment, your sanskar is what it is, your buddhi is what it is. Maybe you make effort and tomorrow your sanskar could be different. But today it is what it is, and whatever choice you're making is a natural choice. It's not effort. Yes, so it's not like people who are wasting time are doing it effortlessly and people who are meditating are putting in effort. No, there's nothing like that. People who are meditating are find this effortless, and then people who are wasting time find that effortless. Yes. Do you feel like doing what the rest of the world is doing? You don't feel like doing that. So you're choosing to do what you're choosing to do. This is how it is. So I always believe in this, that you cannot help who you are. And every soul has this whole drama is predestined. You are also somebody. You also have a predestined role, and you are playing that role. And when Shiv Baba comes, those who have this role come to Shiv Baba and they start making the effort that Shiv Baba tells us to make. So, and in the successive years to come, you will understand this knowledge of the drama in many, you will understand many intricacies of this knowledge. But for now, we will move to the next picture, and we will understand that. And then after the course, we will be reading the Murli and understanding everything in detail every day. So let's take the new picture. This is the picture of the ladder, and in this ladder is also a depiction of our journey of 5,000 years. Okay, but in this ladder, the steps denote the births. So in the picture of the drama, we understood only the age of the yugas, so 1250, 1250, 1250, 1250. But here in this ladder, we will understand how many births the soul has in every yuga, every age. So here you see in the golden age, the topmost one, the one with golden color, there are 8 steps, 8 births in 1250 years in golden age. And then in the silver age, 12 steps, 12 births in 1250 years in silver age. And then in copper age, 21 births in 1250 years. And then in the iron age, 42 births in 1250 years, 42 steps. So this is how this is happening now. And then one birth here when we are in Sangam Yuga. So now you are in the confluence age or Sangam Yuga, and this is your new birth. Okay, so know that you're in the old body, but this is considered to be a new birth. So then this 8 plus 12 plus 21 plus 42 plus 1 makes it 84. So total number of births in the 5,000 years cycle is 84. And when we say 84, that's the maximum number of births that a soul can take. No soul in this world takes more than 84 births in a cycle. and the minimum number of births that a soul can take is 1. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you is that not every soul takes equal number of births. Yes, so in this world right now, there are those souls who have taken 84 births. Right now, where are we? In the end, last staircase. And in this last moment, some of us, some of the souls in the world, they are such that they have had a full 84 birth journey. Then others have had 83, 82, 81 and so on and so forth. And there are also some souls who have just come and they are in their first birth. Okay, so but there is, the law says, the law of this coming and going, it specifies that there cannot be any soul who never comes from the soul world. So at least one birth you have to take. Minimum number of birth for a soul is 1, not 0, and maximum is 84. Now you see, the population is increasing every day, right? Now when the population is increasing, the population increases through 2 methods. One is the souls who are already here, they leave bodies and take rebirth, right? And then second is, if that was the only method in which population increased, then the population would remain constant, because one soul would leave a body and take another body, correct? So it would be constant, but the population is increasing. So it means that those who leave bodies are taking new bodies, but there are also some who were not here and joining us. Okay, so that is why from the soul world, from our home of souls, we souls keep coming. Some souls come in the first birth, so they keep taking rebirth and come down up to here. Some join later, some join even later, some join even later. That is why the population is going on increasing. And when we come from the soul world, then, in the beginning, every soul is pure, because this is a pure world, and we come pure. And then when we take birth after birth after birth, we deplete ourselves. Okay, and another law you must know, that nobody goes back from the middle. You may come earlier or later, but after you come, you have to come until the end. You cannot go back from the middle, because an impure soul cannot go back until Shiv Baba comes and teaches us the method to be pure and the method to go back. Okay, so we keep taking birth after birth. Now, just ask yourself, what does your heart say? How many births would you have taken? So just write in the chat box, what number makes sense to you? 84, 83, 1, 2, what makes sense to you? How many births would you have taken? So please write in the chat box, 84, okay. What else? Anybody else? Mine seems to be the last. Last is, everybody is in the last birth, but how many you must have taken? 20 to 25, okay. I wish this could be the last, but this is the last birth. Okay, 84, very good. What else? Okay, 84, okay. Okay, so all 84 birth souls are here. Now, how to guess? Yes, how to guess is a good question. Okay, 84. I just told you, intuitively give me a number. Okay, what makes sense to you? So, have you heard the expression old soul? Many people say these are old souls. Now, what is an old soul? Somebody who is young in age but experienced, or old in age but, older than their age. So that is how you know how many births you've been around. So if you can see deeper than what meets the eye, then you are an old soul. And I will give you one indicator that when you are here listening to this knowledge, and this knowledge is making sense to you, then it is assumed that you are one of the first who have come, because every soul carries a memory. Yes. Now, if you look at this whole drama, right now we are in amnesia. Okay. And when there is an amnesia patient, somebody who has lost memory, and you give them the description of who they were, where they were, then they start remembering it. Yes. So, we are in amnesia, we forgot that we were deities, and Shiv Baba has come and is reminding us that you see, you were deities. And then those who were deities, they start feeling that yes, I must have been there in the early stages. And then if you feel like that, then you can think that I must have been in the early stages. That is why the golden age or Satyug or a world free of vices makes sense to me. And I will tell you one thing, Satyug doesn't make sense to most people. Many people in the world, if you tell that there was a time when this world was the golden age and everything was pure and perfect, they would say that's not possible, that never happened. Because those who were in that age, those who came in the beginning, only they find that this knowledge makes sense. So if this knowledge makes sense to you, then you are an 84 birth, or at least somewhere in the beginning. And what you do with that knowledge, that will decide whether you are an 84 birth soul or 83 or 82. But for now, if this knowledge makes sense to you, then you are somewhere in the beginning. Okay. How can it be exactly the same when science is continuously advancing? So science, everything is continuously changing, not just science. I am saying it would be exactly the same when we reach that point. For example, what was 40 years ago will be the same after 5000 minus 40 years. And what is now will be exactly after 5000 years. So I am not saying that, or Shiv Baba is not saying that it will be exactly the same from point to point. No, it will be exactly the same after 5000 years. And from there onwards it is changing, and every 5000, we will have Satyug also, na? So there will be change, will there not be change? So it is changing from every point to every point, but after 5000 years, you will come back to the same exact point. Okay, and for your thing about science continuously advancing, let us take this thing that we are not advancing, we are depleting. This is not evolution, this is devolution. And science is continuously advancing, but the problems that science is meant to solve are advancing faster than science. So in the balance, we are not evolving, we are depleting. For example, the air conditioner and the refrigerator that you use to beat the heat is the reason for global warming in the first place. So everything that science is creating is becoming counterproductive. It is becoming the cause of the same problem for which it was meant, for a cause of the same problem which it was meant to solve. You look at medicines, medicines are creating side effects which are leading to other diseases for which you need newer medicines. So, and you know, yesterday the person who had come to correct the for the RO service, he had come. He told us that because we are drinking very clean water, so our immunity is very low. So I said, what do you suggest? He said, start drinking tap water. So he said, by drinking RO water, you are falling more sick than you were falling sick by drinking normal water. Because again, you know, the cleaner the water, the lower the immunity. And then you are solving it in bits and pieces. But what about the environment? There is pollution, water pollution, air pollution all around, which is increasing. So the problems that we are trying to solve through science cannot be solved through science. Why? Because the root of the problem is the human mind, the human choice, the human action. And until that changes, this whole problem cannot get solved. If you ask me, what is the reason for environmental problems? Overconsumption. And why is there overconsumption? Because you are trying to fill the internal vacuum with food and cars and big properties and money and acquisitions and attainments. So you are trying to fill the void inside with all of that. That's why one person is over consuming in all ways. And that is causing so much burden on the environment. And these problems cannot be solved with science. This can only be solved when the soul understands that my nature is contentment, my nature is happiness, I am the child of the ocean of happiness. I don't have to exploit every person and every bit of nature to feel peaceful, happy, joyful. So we are not advancing. And look at the way people are suffering. Do you even notice how much mental illnesses are, the order of the day these days? Mental illnesses are not an exception, they are an order of the day. And every other person is on, medication for anxiety or depression or other stuff. And we are definitely not advancing. The human mind is getting weaker and weaker. People are not able to do their regular chores, not able to take care of their own life and their family these days. So we are not advancing, we are depleting. And let us get that first. Okay. Now, so here we started, we were in the highest state of advancement here in the beginning. And then we depleted, and now we are here. And 84 births maximum, 1 birth minimum, and then in the last step you see there is the congregation of various religious minded people. Then there are people who are working for peace coming together, and still the beggary and the problems in the world are increasing. Because everybody is doing it, but the human being is very weak today. The soul is very weak, so we are not able to solve our problems because we don't have power and we don't even have knowledge. So we think, so a human mind that thinks that sorrow and anger and ego and distress and misery are normal and natural, they cannot change that sorrow and misery, because you cannot change a situation with the same consciousness with which it was created. So that is why Shiv Baba comes and tells us that you are better than this. You are a pure, peaceful, blissful point of light. You are like me. And first, connect with me and fill yourself with power. And then change your actions from a consumer to a creator. And so here is Shiv Baba sitting beside, beside the last step and sustaining us, teaching us in Sangam Yuga. So this Sangam Yuga is parallel to the last stage of Kali Yuga. Okay? And then this Sangam Yuga is not a physical yuga. This confluence age where you are right now, do you understand you are in confluence age right now? When you start the course, you enter into confluence age. But this confluence age is not something you are in 24 hours of the day. Only when you are in awareness, you are in confluence age. And when you forget the knowledge, forget Shiv Baba, then you are in iron age. So we keep shifting between iron age and confluence age. Okay. So according to how many times, how many moments of the day I spend in awareness. And then after this, there are these three scenes shown. So first scene is civil war. Second is natural calamities. Third is nuclear and atomic war. And all these three things are happening very soon. We are at the cusp of it. So here the Monk Society Peace Conference and the beggariness is increasing. Here Shiv Baba is teaching us. And then here this is going to happen now. And we are at the, it is at our doorstep. Natural calamities, civil war and nuclear atomic war. And then after that, all the souls will go back. So this outflow of souls or going back to the soul world happens. After this, we all go back. We leave the bodies and we all go back. And then when we come again, so the world is in a pure state and the soul also comes in its pure state. So you see the soul is in Sato Pradhan stage, golden age. And when the soul comes, then for 8 births, there is just health, happiness, prosperity. So the body, mind, wealth and relationships are all in their 100% purity and perfection. So this happens for 8 births after we come. And you see, this is Shri Krishna and Shri Radha and Shri Narayan and Shri Lakshmi. Now why are these shown here? Because in this golden age, can you see the picture of the golden age? This is what the golden age would look like. And in this golden age, there will be the rule of Shri Narayan and Shri Lakshmi. And who will be those Shri Narayan and Shri Lakshmi? If you really try hard and become pure right now, then you could be one of them. Okay, so in this heaven or golden age, the first prince and princess are Shri Krishna and Shri Radha. And when they get married, they become Shri Narayan and Shri Lakshmi. The name changes. And then for 8 births, there are 8 pairs of Shri Lakshmi and Narayan ruling the golden age. Just like you have, Elizabeth the first, second, third. So the way, we have that Elizabeth is the name of a throne. Similarly, this Lakshmi Narayan is the name of a throne. And 8 births, 8 pairs of Lakshmi Narayan rule in the golden age. And the beginning population of this golden age is 9 lakhs. Okay. And and in the 9 lakhs, those who become perfectly pure through, through their effort in this time when Shiv Baba is teaching us. So when you start listening to the Murlis, you will understand a lot about what effort to make so that you purify yourself 100%. And then when you make that effort, and the time comes when we go back to the soul world, and somebody who has become pure, 100% pure through that effort will come in the beginning. Now you see, we heard that Shri Krishna comes in the Dwapar Yuga, in the Copper Age and all of that thing, but Shiv Baba is called the truth. God is truth, and God tells us that no, Shri Krishna doesn't come in the Dwapar Yuga. Now just think about, if God really came as Shri Krishna, then would it be right to say that only some recognized God? So, in the Gita it is said that koto mein koi, 1 in a million, 1 in a crore, recognized God. But if God came like Shri Krishna in the Copper Age, then everybody will recognize him because, Shri Krishna is such a beautiful figure. But Shri Baba says, no, God is not corporeal. God is incorporeal Shiva, who comes at the end in Kali Yuga, and he comes at the end and establishes Sangam Yuga, and at this time he comes in an ordinary body. He enters the body of Brahma and speaks. That's why very few recognize him. And Shri Krishna is a Satyugi prince, and Shri Krishna comes in Satyug. Shri Radha comes in Satyug. She is the first princess of Satyug. And if you see, Shri Krishna is called 16 celestial degrees full, Sola Kala Sampurna. And Shri Ram is called 14 celestial degrees full, Chauda Kala Sampan. Now how can it be possible that the one who is 14 degrees comes earlier than the one who is 16 degrees full? So if Shri Krishna comes in the Dwapar age, then Shri Krishna who is 16 degrees perfect, he comes later than the one who is 14 degrees full. That is not possible. So Shiv Baba says Shri Krishna and Shri Radha are the first prince and princesses of Satyug, and then when they take the gaddi, when they sit on the throne, they become Shri Lakshmi Narayan, and then 8 births Lakshmi Narayan rule the kingdom. And this is, and Shiv Baba says, whatever scriptures are written, they are written in the Copper Age. So in the Copper Age, when the scriptures are written, then some elements of Satyug, some elements of Treta Yuga, some elements of Confluence Age, they put all of that together and create a scripture. Okay, but that scripture is a human creation. But Shiv Baba is telling us the truth. So we will stop here, and tomorrow we will continue the understanding this picture in more detail. Okay. Om Shanti. So in the Hindu Dharma, there is a belief that 84 lakh yonis, humans become animals according to their karma, and after suffering all yonis, he again becomes human and gets a chance to change his destiny. So Shiv Baba says that is not like that. Paramatma tells us that a human being takes a human birth, a deity birth, and slowly changing into human, but not the birth of an animal. Because just like the mango seed becomes a mango plant, the guava seed becomes a guava plant, they don't change any, yonis. Similarly, the soul also doesn't change any yonis. It is a human being will become a human being. Only from a good category you fall into a bad one. So that is the only thing that happens. Now, another thing I would like to share in this. So you see, there have been a lot of studies of past life regression, right? And past life regression is science, and there are so many scientific studies that are conducted. But never in any study has it come that somebody was a cat or a dog in last birth. Every human being remembers that his last birth was human in a different country, in a different place, in a different context. So, when I was working with the health ministry at that time, we had the WHO on our floor, and on the 5th floor there is the WHO. So, I remember one time when I was using the washroom, there was another lady and she saw me. I was wearing this dress and she said, "Are you from Brahma Kumaris?" So I said, "Yes." So she said, "You are the only people who say human beings take human births." So I said, "Yes." So she said, "I am somebody who is conducting past life regression research based on a study conducted by WHO. And in my study, I have taken many samples, understood and evaluated. And in all the samples, human beings have human births in past lives. And you are the only spiritual organization who says this is how it works." Okay, so then I told her, God teaches here and whatever he says is true. Whether I understand it today or tomorrow is my problem. But what he says is obviously true. Yes. So, second question, a newborn child who is suffering from cancer, how he can change his destiny? Yes. So, you see that when you have done, so let's not use this language also that a child did something in the past, but now it is what it is, right? But now whatever it is now, how you deal with it determines your destiny later. Okay, so even if there is cancer, if you understand that okay, this is there, but there are 100 things good that are working for me, then and you maintain that positivity, don't react, even the medicines will work better. And then with this non-reactive attitude, even if you leave the body, you get another body which is cancer free. Let me tell you one incident. There was one girl and she came and did the course when she was 13 years old. And she came for 3 days and her mother said, quickly give her the course, and I gave her the course. And then when she was 16 years of age, she had cancer, blood cancer. And that blood cancer took away her life and she left the body. But then, in her final moments, she was so relaxed and she remembered the knowledge. And at that, in the end time, she told me, "Didi, we are souls changing bodies. So I want this to go, and then next body I want to be disease free." And she was so cool about it. She was so calm. I was also amazed seeing the state of mind she was in. And then she left the body. And then when she left the body, her parents conducted a big program in which they shared the knowledge of Shiv Baba also. And you see, this shows that even while you are in disease, you can be very peaceful about it. And then you could also, with your death also, people serve others. And when she left the body, there was this big program where many people came to know about this knowledge. And then later, I'm sure she must have got a good birth. So when you can't change how you're born, try to change how you die. Because then how you leave the body will decide how you get another body. Okay? Om Shanti. Let's thank Shiv Baba for some time. I sit in the awareness that I am a soul, and I am an extraordinary soul. I am the one who comes to the stage in the first scene of the drama. Remember, you descended like a star from the sky. And as you entered the golden age, you took a deity costume. I am a pure soul, and the body that I take is made of absolutely pure elements. This body is healthy and beautiful, and I am pure, peaceful, and loveful. And the whole world around me is full of natural beauty. Look at the water flowing, such clean water. The air, so fresh. Greenery and colors all around. The landscape is so beautiful. And everyone around me has love and respect in their heart. I spend a whole 2500 years in this beautiful world. Just sit in this state for some time.
हमेशा रहेंगे जले। जग ने जिनको ठुकराया, पद दलित किया भटकाया। जग ने जिनको ठुकराया, पद दलित किया भटकाया। तुमने उन्हीं के इस जग को स्वर्ग बनाया, इस जग को स्वर्ग बनाया। ईश मिलन के प्यासों को बाबा तुम खुद आन मिले। बाबा तेरी यादों के दीप हमेशा रहेंगे जले। कितनी ही सदियां बीते, ये जग कितना ही बदले। बाबा तेरी यादों के दीप हमेशा रहेंगे जले। हमने तेरे उजाले में साकार हुए शिव को देखा। हमने तेरे उजाले में साकार हुए शिव को देखा। एक झलक